Hey, Tribe. Today I want to talk to you about things that suck. And I'm not just talking about the random things that suck. If that's why you clicked on this video, it's not going to be that because, of course, there's lots of things we could talk about. But today I want to talk about specifically the things that have sucked ever since I got hit by an SUV December 19th. And, the reason I'm going to have this conversation is because if you're in my tribe, you know that I only focus on the positive. I only focus on the positive because I believe energy flows where focus goes. And so therefore, I only talk about the positive. People ask me how I'm doing, and no matter what's actually happening, I say super fantastic, but I'll get better. But yesterday somebody said, yeah, but what actually happened in that, right? Let's talk about it. December 19th, I got hit by a drunk driver. I, spent all night in hospitals. I went to a first one, then got ambulance to a trauma center because it wasn't enough. And let me tell you something. I've been a paratrooper in the 82nd Airborne Division. I've been a martial artist my whole life. So sometimes I had some hard landings, and I have definitely absorbed some hard blows and kicks, but nothing's ever hit me as hard as what I experienced in this accident. And the another related note is I never use the word victim. I hate the word victim because when we say we're victim of something, then we relinquish our control of the situation. But let me tell you something. I cannot think of a single thing I could have done differently to prevent this particular thing from happening. So for the purposes of talking about this vehicular accident, I guess I was a victim. Truth is, I'm not a victim to what happens next. And I will get to my gratitude part because you probably know I'm chomping at the bit for that. But the reality of the situation is I want to talk about some more of the stuff. So yeah, there was a lot of pain and suffering. And I was, especially on that night in the next 3 days that I was still in the hospital. And then I managed to get myself up and moving enough to get cleared but listen, talk about inconvenience. My mentor had come in on December 19th. We were supposed to do our end of year review with my staff and my team. We were supposed to, then do the planning for the first quarter of the next year and all these things. And it was on the way back from the first night. All he had done was come and observe some of my classes. It was on the way back that I got hit. So of course that whole trip was ruined. And then I had, I was supposed to have a 2-day strategic offsite with my team that I had done a lot of planning with, and I had reserved the places, and it was going to be awesome. And that didn't get to happen either. And then, of course, it was Christmas, and it was going to start with Noche Buena, which is when we have our black beans and rice and roast pork and all that good stuff. But that got canceled. All through the holidays, I was recovering. And, and look, again, I don't say these things, but I've been in pain the whole time. This still hurts. My ribs still hurt that now. Now, a month after the accident, now it only hurts when I sneeze or cough. It doesn't hurt as bad as it did at first, my broken ribs, right? And oh, by the way, on the right side, I on my pectoralis here, it hurts every single day. On my clavicle or trapezoid area, it hurts, and in the rhomboid area in the back, it hurts. I don't know why that is. I guess it's all the seatbelt injuries, but that hurts. The internal injuries in my lower abdomen were the worst of all. And the swelling's almost gone, but there's still some hematomas in there, and it's still putting rice pack on it every night, and it still hurts. And you know what really sucks? I am a control freak. I'm full energy and doing everything every day. Everybody knows that about me. I can outwork all my employees if they're a half or a third of my age. But honestly, since this has happened, I can only do 4 or 5 hours before I feel really fatigued. So I do what I can do. I come on in and I lead them. I give them some training. Sucks that my wife has to still give me a bath every day. It sucks even, can't believe I'm saying this in public, but that she is still wiping my butt for me. That all sucks. My son's sitting over there and he thinks that's funny. Listen, I'm going to stop. I could keep going on. Oh, I can't drive myself. She's driving me back and forth to work and to everything else. I can't drive yet. Now, actually I could probably drive soon because cars are automatic now. It's not a 5-speed. So once I get myself a new vehicle, because of course mine was totally totaled. Once I get a vehicle, I could probably transport myself to and from work and other places. All right, I'm going to shift this video because I can't take it anymore. But I had to tell you that, yeah, there's some things that suck. And let me tell you about all the things I'm so super grateful for, which is where I always like to keep my focus. I am so grateful that I walked away from that accident, because if you see that truck, you know that God protected me. I should not have walked away. I should be dead. And even though I've gone through all kinds of pain and I got some injuries and I got some stuff, man, it could have been way worse. I'm so grateful. And I'm grateful that I've spent a lifetime in the martial arts, so I'm strong mentally and physically. And that's why I am able to focus on recovering as quickly as possible. And I'm proud and grateful that I do have a wife to take care of me, a wonderful one, because not every wife would be as benevolent and supportive as she has been. And that I got a great team led by my son that's sitting over there, head instructor and my program director, Sensei Ali, and the other team at the, that listen, it's still a detriment to the business that I can't do what I normally do, but at least my team is holding down the fort. And, hey, by the way, I apologize to my students and tribe that have seen me less, because obviously I haven't been around the dojo at night during contact times and stuff, because I'm just not feeling that well yet. But I'm grateful that I have a great team and I have a great time and I have a great mission, and this too will pass. I wanted to share that first part today just because some people get confused and they think that just because I choose to focus on what's right, I choose to focus on what's positive, I choose to focus on my blessings instead of what I'm going through, that nothing's wrong. And that's not true. It's just that, as I always teach and preach, life is 10% what happens to us and 90% how we react to it. Even everything happens for a reason and serves us well. And in a situation like this, it's hard to find. But let me tell you, maybe part of it was patience for me, because I'm having to be patient through some things that I never thought I would have to do. Here's what I know. I'm going to stay focused on the positive. I'm going to stay focused on the recovery. I'm going to stay focused on the future. And I'm going to figure out, okay, even through this whole process, like I said, I couldn't have changed anything. I wasn't the one drinking. I was in a green light intersection, just driving straight home. I couldn't have changed anything about that would have prevented the accident. But there's still going to be some lessons to learn through this whole process, since there's always something. And that's what I teach my teams, and that's what I teach my students, right? That in every situation, right, we just got to focus on, okay, what can we learn? And where are the blessings? And how do we move forward in a positive direction? And that's what we got to do. Prepare to live, empower to lead. I'm Grandmaster Stephen Del Castillo. I'm so proud and grateful for you. And we'll and hopefully I'll be back in here to see you, in the evening during the contact time, to see you again soon.